Hey everyone, I'm here with a 2016 Passat and I want to do a quick little update on this vehicle with 44,500 miles, and I want to talk about everything that's gone wrong in this vehicle over the last 30,000 miles that at least my family has owned the car. The first thing that went wrong with it when we first picked it up, and that was actually a recall that was about 2 years ago, and that was for the headlight cap adjustment screw. There's a screw underneath the hood on both the left and the right side for the front headlamps, and basically you can adjust the headlight a little bit side to side at the factory in order to make it align just right with federal regulations and what customers really need in terms of how the high beams and the low beams are supposed to line up on the road. Well, apparently over the last like 5-6 years of production between 2012 and 2018, or 2011 and 2018, there was actually like 400 or 500,000 vehicles, mostly Passats, that did not get the cover that's supposed to block out a customer from actually adjusting that horizontal alignment of the headlights by themselves. So that was actually a recall item, very basic, very easy to fix. So stepping into the vehicle, we'll go over the next thing that has gone wrong with the car over the last 44,000 miles. What I want to talk about is actually the functionality of this front passenger window. So all four of these windows have automatic up and down. However, the regular down of the front passenger side would not actually work correctly. So what would normally happen is, you press down the first detent on the driver's side here if you want to roll down the passenger side window, and you'd roll it down, and it should roll down just the way it does now since it's been fixed in little increments. And then, auto down works, a little bit up, and automatic up work. Well, basically the regular down function would not work on this driver's side switch. It would work just fine on the passenger side. So we knew it was the switch that had a fault in it. So actually the entire switch was replaced, including all four window switches, because it comes as a module or an assembly with a cable. So that was replaced. Another thing, that the window run, so basically this glass run seal that you would call it in the industry, that goes inside the door frame and seals off the glass to the outside elements, was not installed correctly at the factory. And the previous owner, this is a 2-owner car, we're the second owners. The first owner did not realize that was an issue. But if you go out into like the Midwest United States and you're cruising at 75 plus miles per hour for hours on end, and it gets really windy out in those conditions, you can hear like this faint chatter from above you where the top of the glass hits the glass run seal. So we found out that it was actually the glass run seal was not installed correctly at the factory. So the techs at the VW dealership replaced that under warranty. So that fixed the whole wind noise issue that we were having on the driver's side, because the passenger side never had the wind chatter or the noise of the wind chattering through the glass seal. So that was really nice to fix, get that all resolved. Once again, covered under warranty. The next thing that was actually covered under warranty was a software update for the infotainment system. This infotainment system would have kind of an issue with connecting with a normal Apple cord. We went through like 3 or 4 new cords because the dealer kept telling us with the service or tech tip that we were supposed to just have the OEM Apple cable for the iPhone that we were using. And when we switched cables, it would work okay for like a week or two, but then the same issues would come up. So eventually we had to push the dealer. We actually went to, I think, 2 different dealers and had to say it 3 times, 3 visits, that they finally updated the infotainment system with the latest software update that was from, I believe it was August of 2019 for this MIB2 infotainment system. VW and Audi are moving to the MIB3 platform now. So MIB2 is a little bit of the older style. Like I said, this car is 5 years old. It's a 2016. But the infotainment system having some of those bugs where it wouldn't connect with the cord, with your phone kind of sporadically, or it would disconnect all of a sudden for no reason. That was really kind of a pain in the butt when you're on a road trip and for some reason the infotainment system would not work with your phone. So you'd have to restart either your phone, or more often than not, you'd have to hold down this power button for 10 seconds to restart the entire infotainment system. So the software update was covered under warranty. So no issues have been with the software in the system since it's been updated, so that's really good. Kind of the next big thing that I want to show you actually is under the hood with what went wrong next. So I got the engine running. This is a 1.8 liter TSI turbo engine. This is the newest gen of the EA 888 turbo engine, 4-cylinder turbo engine that VW and Audi makes. So the 2016 Passat was the third year of the implementation of this motor. Nothing is wrong with the motor. You can hear the direct injection ticking away, which is normal. Doesn't have port fuel injection for idle or anything to make it sound smoother, so it ticks pretty heavily in the cold, I should say, and the engine's not fully warmed up yet, so it's going to tick a little bit. But basically we heard a suspension noise from the front end on both the driver and passenger side. So we ended up finding out that the front struts actually needed to be replaced. Just the strut mounts, bearings, and the struts themselves. So not the springs, not the shocks, but it's hard to tell, but you can tell that the base of the strut has been replaced. Not the spring, not the shock, just the strut, and then the strut mounts and strut bearings. So it's really hard to tell exactly through this grill cover here or the base of the windshield, but basically the strut mounts, strut bearings, and struts themselves were replaced, all under warranty, and this was all under the same service visit as the window switch was replaced, as well as the glass run channel. And again, this is a certified pre-owned car that we got, and the warranty runs out in almost exactly 2 months from now, so we wanted to bring it in as soon as possible to get it all fixed up. And overall, we pretty much realized that it was probably close to $1,200, maybe just under $1,200 in repairs, including labor, taxes, and fees, and parts for all of the stuff that was fixed and replaced on the car. So that was really nice. However, when we got the car back with the struts and stuff replaced, we still heard a little bit of suspension noise. And when we had this car, when we first got it at 23,000 miles, it never had suspension noise. And we've had driven this car for 3 years, almost 3 years now, in pretty much this Arctic tundra called Minnesota in the United States, if any of you are familiar. And we never heard the suspension noise until this year. It commonly gets down to 10 degrees most winters, so it's not necessarily related to the cold. It just seems that it prematurely wore out. So now, over big bumps like speed bumps, undulations in the road at like 30 to 50 miles an hour, you kind of hear this like crunch noise from the front end. And if any of you have watched my channel over the last 10 years, you've seen that my parents had a 2008 Volkswagen Jetta Wolfsburg that had an issue with the front sway bar bushings, and it sounds exactly like that issue that car had, but on this car. So I'm pretty sure the front sway bar bushings either need to be lubricated, or the strut mounts need to be tightened down a little bit better, or the bushings have to be replaced. So that's what I believe is wrong. So I'm bringing in the car in 2 days to have it looked at. So we'll see if any more stuff gets fixed under warranty. Like I said, we only have 2 months left on this. The warranty basically is extended to 60,000 miles, but it's going to be the time frame that's going to expire for this car. So pretty much by the time this car hits 48,000 miles, maybe 49,000 miles, the warranty will be up in mid-April. So I want to get as much fixed on it as possible. So overall, I think under warranty during the time this car was certified pre-owned over 5 years and 44,500 miles, I can kind of cautiously say that there's been probably just under $2,000 in warranty repairs on this. So that's a quick overview of the issues and problems that this Volkswagen Passat has had over the last 44,500 miles. Like I said, new struts, strut mounts, strut bearings, glass run seal around the driver's side, window switch for the driver's side, infotainment software update, headlight adjustment, cap recall, and now there might be some more issues with the front sway bar bushings. So overall, we're talking close to $2,000 covered in warranty repairs over the last 5 years and 44,000 miles. Again, this is a 2016 Volkswagen Passat SE with a convenience package. This is a November 2015 built vehicle, and with a 1.8 liter turbo and Eisen 6-speed automatic transmission. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little review on all the things that have gone wrong with this 2016 Passat today, and feel free to subscribe and hit the like button below.